Robert Downey Jr. has been announced as Doctor Doom, and the internet hates the idea. And when I first heard it, I also hated it. I'm not a comic book expert, and the only version of Doctor Doom I know well is the Tim Story version, so it's safe to say I don't know him well at all. But my boy DJ, who is a huge comic guy, has always said, bro, they cannot mess up Doctor Doom. He kept saying that Doctor Doom and Galactus are the peak of the Marvel universe and that nobody out schemes or out evils this guy, and that he is the face of Marvel when it comes to villains. So yeah, he's a big deal in the comics and he has a Universal Studios ride. But now I know that Disney is desperate to make up the hundreds of millions of dollars that the Marvels lost, because just a few weeks ago at Comic-Con, they did the unthinkable.
New mask, same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
But if you're a nerd like me, you know this casting decision was being spread around as a rumor about a week before this announcement happened. And like a lot of people out there, my first thought was, holy shit, they're out of ideas. I mean, I know you can't do Kang anymore because Jonathan Majors hits women, but this was not the fix we were looking for, Kevin. But then I sat back and I thought about this for a while and it clicked. Because if Marvel is playing this the way I think they're going to play it, this singular move could be the first step into not only rebooting the MCU for good, but also getting the fan base back into being excited for every single Marvel movie again. Because people loved Deadpool and Wolverine, and the box office and YouTube movie reviews prove that. And Marvel needs to earn that trust back from the fandom. And although I wasn't going to make a video about this because I know everybody has put their opinion out there already, I genuinely believe that this Hall H reveal is going to be this singular moment we all look back on 15 years from now as the moment that Marvel got their shit back together. But before we get into the many reasons why I think this decision is going to end up being a great thing for Marvel, I wanted to talk about an opportunity between me and you and one of our favorite things, YouTube. I love making content on here, you love watching content on here, so I'd say it's safe to say that we both really love YouTube a lot. So I'm happy to announce that for this video, I'm partnering with the YouTube Premium Creator Affiliate Program. And what that means for you is that in the description, you have a link to try YouTube Premium for free for the next 2 months. If you don't have YouTube Premium yet, it is an absolute game changer. When you go to lock your phone, the video will keep playing, which is great for somebody like me that likes to watch content on their walks. And sometimes I don't feel like holding my phone like this all the time. So being able to just close the phone and listen to a video is a great perk. You can download videos to watch offline. So if you're traveling and you want to download a couple of your subscriptions for an airplane ride, it's an awesome feature to have. You don't get ads on videos, which is a great perk. I'm very thankful that ads help support this channel, but if you're somebody that gets annoyed watching them, this is a great way to still support your favorite creators, but also not have to sit through a bunch of advertisements for every video that you click on. And on top of all of that, you get access to the YouTube Music app, which gives you access to over 100 million official songs that you can listen in the background, offline, and without ads, which is just all the best things about YouTube Premium kind of combined into one other music app. So if you want to try this for yourself for free, be sure to click the link in the description of this video. And just so you know, if you do end up subscribing to YouTube Premium after your 2-month free trial, I do get a commission from that. So not only do you get to enjoy YouTube Premium, but you get to support my channel as well. And I always appreciate that and only want to push products that I actually enjoy using. And YouTube Premium is one of those things. It's an absolute game changer. Once you try it, you're probably not going to want to go back. So be sure to try it for 2 months for free if you haven't already. And yeah, let's just get back to the video and talk about why Marvel casting Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom is going to save the multiverse saga. Now, the rest of phases 5 and 6, I mean, is there even going to be a phase 6 anymore? Is that slate from a few years ago even relevant right now? Either way, there's a few projects that are already shot that I don't have much faith in. Like Agatha, I know is just not for me. Ironheart has been filmed and ready to go for a few years now, which gives me Borderlands vibes. And Thunderbolts, I'm having trouble getting excited about that. Like I had to Google who Ghost was, and I still didn't remember her being in Ant-Man and the Wasp. And she was the main villain apparently. I don't remember that. But whether those projects end up being good or bad, I have faith in Cap 4, Fantastic Four, and Daredevil Season 4. And after Avengers Doomsday, the biggest franchise in the world is going to be on the up again. So everybody else can give these movies 4.5 stars on Letterboxd, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty fun, 2.5 out of 5. Because I think what Robert Downey Jr., the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, and Mickey Mouse are all trying to do here is pull one big Doctor Doom magic trick on us. Because yeah, I do do think Downey is going to be in the next 2 Avengers movies. Whether that's a variant of Tony Stark or literally Doctor Doom, we still have to wait and see. And reports are saying he is supposed to be Victor Von Doom and not Tony Stark. But you're telling me Tom Holland isn't going to interact with this guy and break down crying, only to find out that this isn't the same Tony Stark that he grew up loving? This is the multiverse phase of Marvel. There is no way this guy is not Tony Stark. And the new Secret Wars logo having the same colors as Iron Man is no accident, okay? Because we already know Downey Jr. is making big time money to appear in both Avengers movies, but I think he's only going to be Doctor Doom for one of them. And this is exactly why, because the biggest mistake Marvel has made post Endgame was introducing too many characters that never got the chance to team up in 1 or 2 projects before the big Avengers movie. And I get why Marvel didn't want to make another Avengers movie yet, because when you see that title, you expect that movie to be bigger than the last Avengers movie, and it's hard to get bigger than Endgame. And for that, you need a whole multiverse of characters, literally, and I understand why they would want to save that. But to make the audience care about these characters even more, you need to put them in a smaller scale team up of some sort. And sure, they're doing that with Thunderbolts, but people don't want to see the Thunderbolts as the main team up movie. They want to see Shang-Chi interact with Spider-Man, or how Moon Knight can even work with any of the other heroes. Instead, Disney has been doing these mini crossovers with the Disney Plus shows, like making WandaVision a sort of prequel to Multiverse of Madness, or The Marvels a sequel to both Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. And sure, you can make the argument you don't need to watch those before, but I think it's fair to say that the average citizen that just watches the movies probably would think, that's a little weird that Wanda is the villain of this movie, because she was an Avenger fighting Thanos in the last one that I saw. It seems like with the new Marvel television logo, they have finally started to learn their lesson of keeping things separate, but that doesn't change the fact that Moon Knight, the Eternal, She-Hulk, and Shang-Chi are all still out there in limbo. And honestly, you can keep She-Hulk out there, okay? But as much as they keep saying Downey is playing Doom in both movies, I just don't buy it. I think Marvel knows that they should have had another team up with the new Avengers by now, or at least something like a Midnight Suns or street level superhero movie of some kind that would bring some of these heroes together. But since they haven't, they need to pay big money to bring Iron Man back for one last ride, because they haven't even attempted to set up his replacement. I mean, I guess Tom Holland is the closest to being the heart of the MCU, but Sony owns his ass and could throw him in a Venom movie whenever they want. Nobody else can carry the franchise like Downey can, and I think they also don't want to waste Doom as soon as they introduce him into the MCU, because if he is going to be this all-encompassing climax of a bad guy, I don't think they're going to want to kill this character off just yet, and I don't think Downey is the guy to play him forever. So I see 2 outcomes happening, both ending up at the same point, and if I'm wrong, I'll be disappointed, but I will be proud to have called this a few years in advance when we all see this on the big screen, because whether it's at the end of Doomsday or at the end of Secret Wars, I think somebody else is going to be revealed as the 616 Doctor Doom, the guy that carries us into phases 7, 8, 9, and 10. It'll be a big name actor, and maybe he's God Emperor Doom like in the comics. And like I said, this could be at the end of Doomsday where the real Doom kills this Tony Stark variant and we have Robert Downey Jr. back as only Iron Man one more time in Secret Wars, or we still get Downey Jr. back as Iron Man one more time fighting himself as Doctor Doom in Secret Wars, and he snaps his fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet one more time, but this time it was the good guy Thanos variants version, and we get the Phase 6 post-credit scene where the real Doom reveals his plan worked all along, and we see who the new actor is going to be for the next decade of Marvel movies. Fans get to be happy that they get a real Doctor Doom, Marvel will be happy they get a huge box office hit again, and we can finally get a fresh start with the new Avengers, X-Men, and any other team up that Feige comes up with. I'm convinced this is the future where the franchise is heading, and although there could be other ways of fixing the MCU at the moment, to me this feels like the only move that makes sense, and it's the one we're going to end up getting a few years from now, I'm telling you. Or maybe Robert Downey Jr. really is the only Doom and Galactus is the big bad guy for the next saga, and this video was all for nothing. Thank you guys so much for watching, I appreciate you as always. This is all of my social media right here, but I only really care about Letterboxd. And for this video, we have a new editor named Reed. I've only met Reed recently. He's a super nice guy, and I bet he killed this edit because I've seen his work, and yeah, I have a lot of faith in the guy. So if you like what he did with this video, this is all of his social media right here, so be sure to check out his stuff. And if you like the video, be sure to like the video because it really helps us out a lot on this channel to get this into the algorithm, and if you disliked it, that's okay, you can dislike it too. But if you really like the video, be sure to subscribe. We got a ton of content coming. I don't just do Marvel stuff, I do every kind of movie and TV anything I possibly can. And the more videos and views and subscribers we get, the more content I could put out and the more help I could hire. So it really does help us out a lot if you like my opinions. And be sure to comment down below. Do you completely disagree with my opinion? Do you think this theory is not going to happen? Do you think it's going to happen? I want to hear all the theories in the comments. Like I've said, I'm not the biggest comic book guy. I'm just a movie guy that looks at business and tries to see what the trends are. And I do feel confident in my take. And if you have information in the comics that backs up this take, I would love to hear it. If you have stuff from the comics that kind of dismantles this take, I would also love to hear it. And if you really like this video and you want to see more, YouTube thinks you're really going to like this one right here. So if that's the case, I really hope you enjoy it. And yeah, this is Chase. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks.